Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. I hope everybody is, getting a good start to the new year. Wave season is upon us, and we really want to help you get started with your site. Make sure it's up to snuff for you to be able to put something out there for your clients to visit and really for you to be proud of. So if you have any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to enter them into the chat. I'm happy to, demo anything about Voyago sites that you'd like as we go through this. I'm just going to pick out some random things to demo. If there are no questions, just some things that maybe I've seen looking at different sites that might be able to help you in your design journey. So first off, if you're new to Voyago sites, you come to voyagosites.com, get my Voyago site, and that's where you'll be able to register for your Voyago site. We've got 3 templates right now to choose from. You just view the templates, take a look at them, and see which one's working for you. These are all set up to be mobile ready, totally responsive in their design. So you don't have to worry about that part of the design process. We've really laid this out here. You've got to go in here and maybe change colors, logos, and text, and photos. You want to update photos to be, on brand for you, obviously. But we've really got them ready to go for you. We don't want you to struggle. So we want you to ask questions, whether you come to the office hours or our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/Voyago sites. And that is our Facebook group. So go ahead and join that and ask questions there. We're happy to help there. Again, or you can submit a ticket, a help service ticket that, if you want something demoed through the office hours, so it's recorded for you. Or there's always the help library as well. That walks you step by step through almost anything you could do within Voyago sites. So after you've registered here, you pick yearly or monthly, and then choose, make sure it's here in the invoice there. And then you proceed to payment. It'll be a secure Stripe checkout. So you don't have to worry about anything there. Everything's secure. And then it will send you 2 emails. One to thank you for joining Voyago sites and let you know your site is being provisioned. And the second one when your site is ready to log into. So I'm going to jump to my Voyago site that I've got set up right now. This is one we use for demos. So we can show you how things work within it. Log in. All right, in the dashboard, as we come through here, you're going to be able to see basically your account information, your analytics, a small snapshot of your analytics. If your domain is set up, this is where you can add a domain later. And we step you through that process in the help library and in here. When you add a domain, it tells you exactly what to do in these instructions. What you do on your side in the DNS records, and then what you send to us so we can finish the provisioning of your domain on our side. That's done through a service ticket. So you can submit a ticket right here in this box here, this blue box, submit a ticket, create a ticket, let us know what it's about. Also in this blue box, you'll see the help library. And we've got articles that cover just about everything that you can think of to customize your site. If you come up to something that you haven't found in here, you submit a service ticket. We'll help you with it, and then we'll draft an article too if it makes sense to. That's information everybody needs to know. We don't want people to be left out in the cold there, and every time someone finds something out and shares that issue, that helps the community at large. So if you are here on your dashboard and you want to go to edit a page, pages on the left-hand side, click that. And here are the pages. I've made some duplicate pages here, extras here, just through other demos. But in here, your home page, we'll say front page, is right here. And you'll want to choose Edit with Elementor if you want to edit the actual on-screen design. Just wait a minute while it loads. All right. So this is the editing window. Up here at the top, I want to show you something. You can see tablet portrait, mobile portrait, and desktop. So you can click between those and see the layout for each individual screen size. That way it gives you an idea of what your information looks like on a phone, which is very important. Now you're seeing all this hidden stuff here. You can click preview changes as well. And if you're using Chrome, this is something I like about Chrome. Click right click and click inspect. And you can see different screen sizes for your screen or for your page. So it really helps you decide, am I laying it out the way I want to? If you're looking at it this way, okay, I don't want to see these pictures here. I want to stay in the editor. This little arrow that goes left will hide the panel and show you exactly what it looks like, live for that page. So I want to click this arrow back and see that editing panel again. So that way, something like this where it looks like the text is overlapping the photo, that's a design thing that you're seeing in the editor, but when you look at it live, it's perfect. So that's not something you want to try and change until you've looked at it live to see if it's something that needs to be changed. Not going to be too many instances of that kind of thing that you're going to see in here, but there's always something, something small that might look like that, that has been already taken care of for you. So one of the things I'm seeing a lot of people struggle with is logo size. So let's go to the header, kind of highlight the header up here and click on it. And if you don't have a horizontal logo like this is preferred for a header, a horizontal logo. But maybe you've got, let's see, I'm going to change this to show you a more vertical stacked logo. I'm going to upload a file real quick. All right. Let's see here. There we go. So what I'm talking about here is if you choose a logo that is stacked vertically instead of horizontally, like the one I've got up there right now, it can make the size of your header increase top to bottom. And that's not something that you really want permanently. So I'm going to show you how to resize the logo so your header, shrinks and still, it's still readable and everything. So I'm just going to refresh the page. Get a drink while that. But I have seen this issue with a few different sites people are working on. So see this now, go back to my header. The header is grown top to bottom, pretty large. And that it's a sticky header. So it's always on the page, but you don't want it taking that much real estate up, taking up that much real estate. So let's click on the pink pencil again around the logo. We're going to go to style. And right here, you can select height. And as you can see, I can adjust the height, but it still looks funny. It's squished. Under object fit right below it, let's do contain. And now we can adjust the height. So, however much room you want it to take up, and it will contain within that box. So this is a little bit better. It's still legible. We can still read it. So choose that pixel size that you want. You can also choose percentages, if you want to set percentages, but that's not really going to help you as much in the height. So let's back to pixel. I think we did 65. And then we'll publish that, and that'll save your changes. So now we're going to look, okay, how's that look across the tablet? Okay, that's looking good. And on mobile, that's looking pretty good. Let's make it like this. Okay. So you can see that it is shrunk to a size that's not going to take up too much real estate on your screen when you are on a phone, or if you've got a smaller laptop screen, because that header's there sticky for a reason, because we want to keep that call to action button, that plan your adventure button up there. We want to keep that visible for your visitors to your site, because you want to make it really clear what it is, what action they're supposed to be taking while they're on your site. Speaking of the button right here, if we click on the pink pencil there, brings up edit button. That's where you can change the text. So, schedule, type correctly, schedule a consultation. If that's what you want, that's where you put it. If you want it to link out to a scheduler, like I've got a Calendly linked here right now, you put that link in this box on the button. You want to do that for each button individually when you want to do schedule a consultation and the scheduler and your link. Starting out, they're linked to a scheduling page in your website, but you don't have to use that page. That page has a form on it just in case you wanted to use a form and you didn't have a scheduler set up, but you can set up Calendly for free, get one meeting type there. You can use Microsoft Bookings. Turn has a scheduler built in. I know I'm missing, there's one in my top of my head, I can't remember what it is. The TidyCal scheduler you could use. So there are a lot of different options there. I personally prefer scheduling consultation of some sort, having them sign up on your calendar to be the best way to get to talk to people. It reduces friction, and being able to talk to people is how you're going to sell them. The whole site is funneling people to go to your call to action. And if your call to action is a form, that can increase friction, which can lower conversion rates. If they're scheduling a calendar meeting with you, they're much more likely to show up because they're picking a time that works for them on their calendar as well. And they get reminders for it and things like that. And you get to talk to them sooner. That's just one of the great things about, having that ability with all these scheduling tools. It's got like an investment for the client. They've already kind of committed to something, where a form is kind of, I don't really want to fill out my information. I don't feel like that. When in a calendar scheduler, they're still putting in their name and email address. So it really does help you get some of the information up front without having to, slow them down if they didn't want to type anything out. They just want to talk to somebody. Now, again, on the schedule page here, there is a form. I can show that to you. So we'll go Finder here, that little search magnifying glass up in the upper right-hand corner. Type schedule, because that's the name of the page. We'll go to that page. We're going to leave and not save whatever changes I just made. If you're going different pages, though, and you've made a change, you want to save it. So this is scheduling page right now. So let's see what it looks like. This is what it looks like in its basic form. Obviously, see my colors right now are off. I need to update my colors that I've put in here. But this is a form. This will send you as the administrator of your site an email letting them know what the message was here with their number and their email address. And in the dashboard, this form, let's go back to exit to WordPress. I'm going to show you the dashboard. And up here, click the logo up on the left-hand side. And Fluent Forms right here. Click on that. And your contact form is what is there. That's the form in there right now. See entries on the left-hand side. And that'll let you know who entered what. So you can see there's an entry here. This one's already been read. This was me testing it out 2 months ago, so you can view it. You can see if I've made any notes on it. Here's the message they sent, just gibberish, because that's all I just typed that in. So all your forms will be saved there, but it's also going to email you to your admin email address, whatever your email address you use to sign up and you use as the admin for your account. We'll get a alert for the form too. So you have that entry twice. So you can check this in your email, and you can always check your website each day to see if you've had any new form entries. So again, that's on the scheduler page. Let me think here. Oh, let's go and just edit those colors. So we're going to go back into editing the homepage is where I'm going to start. All right. So if we scroll down, you can see the same problem here with my button here. You can't see the text underneath because the colors are so close. The reason being, if I go up here to the left-hand side, click on the E and choose Site Settings, you can choose Global Colors, and you can see my primary font, my primary color, and my secondary color are very close together. So we're going to adjust the secondary color to be lighter. So now it's legible. We're going to save those changes. Go back to the editor. And so you can go in there individually to those different places and change the colors if you wanted to keep one of those colors somewhere. So like this section, I don't like that color. I mean, I like it on the button. Let's wait for it to fill out. I like it on that Learn More button that we saw up above, but I don't like a whole background section that color. So I'm going to show you how to change the color of one section by itself. It's loading slow today. We're just going to refresh the whole page. Sometimes if it loads slow, refreshing the whole page moves it a little quicker, just so you know. I've seen that time to time with Elementor. There, we're in business. So down here, like I said, I think it looks good on the button. Well, yep, there we go. So hover over the button, you can read it still. But this section down here, I feel like, wow, that's really bright color against the white. So either I want to change the white text to be more legible, or I want to darken this color. So if I click on the 6 dots at the top of the section and the pink handle, it's going to say Edit Container up here to the left. I click on Style, and the background color right here is set to secondary right now. Let's say I set that one to primary. And it's going to load. Okay. So that's great, but now I can't see the hovering questions. Those are, going dark to the primary color, basically, or black, the text color. So I've done that. Let's say we want to keep that background color. Let's go to these questions. Let's click on that editing box, edit accordion, click on the style. We're going to go to content, header. Okay, it's the header that we're dealing with here. It looks like the content is good. These are the headers. It's when we hover over it or when it's active that it's too dark. So here's header, here's title, hover, doesn't even have a color set. Let's set a color to it. Secondary, active, secondary. Now it pops up. And same thing with this icon. You could set that if you want to do different colors there, but otherwise it's going to take the color of the header. See this little triangle turned light blue. So now we're good with that'll work. So we publish that to save it. In here, you can edit other things too, like the background of the accordion. If you wanted to put a color in there, like I'm just going to do something obvious so you can see that. You hit under the background type, you hit this little classic paintbrush, choose the color, under color, and it will, highlight those different colors. So we're just going to take that paintbrush off though. You can do a gradient on stuff. So let's go back to the section top. I'll show you a gradient. This can be used everywhere that has a background style. Has a gradient option. So let's click gradient. Now you can see it's already colored in there. Maybe you want to do gradient light to dark. So that one might get it harder to read because that light blue was harder earlier, but we put it back on this color. And let's publish it. It's got to rethink through the design of the section real quick. All right, now it's repopulating. So it gives us a gradient, and you can say, how far you want to go with that gradient. You can adjust the location of it. So maybe the gradient's smaller there. You can adjust the angle of the gradient. You can adjust whether it's linear like that or something like this coming out of the center left. There's a lot of options here. Don't want you to get overwhelmed, but you can make this your own. This doesn't have to be what you do to actually get the site off the ground, but it is something you can do to really to begin to make it your own. So you get the site off the ground, and then as you go over time, you can start tweaking these things like this. Let's say this section, okay, this is a good idea, but let's go back to classic. It says image here. So what we can do there actually is choose an image, and you can put an image in any background like that. So let's just grab one real quickly. This image here, select that, and it's going to put an image in the background. So there is the option to do that. One of the things, if you do an image in the background, go to background overlay right below it. Click on classic. This is to start. Classic is probably one of the best. Click on here and choose a dark color like your text. And it gives a little bit of a shadow there that you can adjust, as much as you want or as little as you want to be able to read the text under it. So I'm going to, the same thing with the feature section. That's how that's set up. It's got an image in it already. So I'm just going to turn that off. I'm going to go to the background. I'm going to delete the image like this, that little trash can that's on the image there. And on the feature section, we're going to click the 6 dots. We're going to go to style and edit that container. And you can see there's an image in there. So see that. One of the cool things about images, see how the image stays still while the rest of the section slides over it? That's this attachment right here. It says fixed. This only works on desktop. This doesn't do it for like mobile or anything, but on desktop, it's a nice effect. If you want the regular default scroll, do that, and it stays with it. See how the image image moves with the rest of the page? If you do attachment fixed, image stays where it is, the rest of the page moves around it. So that's a great thing to know. It's a nice little detail. There are a lot of options in here. Again, if you ever have a question about how any of them works, toss a service ticket and I'll demonstrate it in the next office hours. So many things to learn about here that you can use for your website as well. Let's see here. We want to hide a section. Okay. Let's say we're going to hide something because you don't need it in your design for whatever reason. Let's say it's this testimonial section. You're not ready to put up a testimonial yet, or you don't have you don't want to put up 4 testimonials as example of this section. Click on one of the 6 dots. So that's edit container. Now, maybe you want to keep this section for the future. Don't delete it. Because if you right click on it, yes, you can delete it at the bottom. It goes away. If you go click the 6 dots and go over here to edit container at the top left and choose advanced, go down to responsive, and you can hide the section across all screen sizes. So when you're looking at the page, nobody else will see the section and you won't see the section. It'll be nice and hidden for you, but it's still there so you can use it in the future. Because and you can do that for any element actually. Let's do it for, let's say you had 3 testimonials, but you don't have a 4th yet. Let's go to the 4th here, click on that container box so it contains everything in this, all these little headers and icons and stars and everything. This container has all of that within it. And you can see that, actually a good way to see that, see this stack that says structure, click that, the container you've highlighted, and it shows you all the things that are in your container, all these sub-containers and everything else in here. So I've picked the container. See, if I pick the heading, it just picks the heading. Pick the container, it's got this whole box. Let's go to advanced, responsive, hide, and now let's click the little hide this and see what it looks like. So now you can see it reorganized itself on the page, so you only see the 2 boxes there in that section instead of 3, even though your 3rd one is still saved for you in the editing tab. So that's a great thing to know about any section you can do that with, so you don't have to worry about, I deleted it and I'll never get it back. Let's talk about like videos, for example, here. You can upload videos. You'll want to do it. So I'm going to click down here and put this open in a new tab, my dashboard. So this is my, go to the WordPress dashboard. This is my dashboard. You see the media library here on the left. Click on media. You want a video, you add a media file, you select it, you upload it. And after you've uploaded a video, well, I'm going to go select a video out of my files here. Let's find, let's see, those are some good photos, but I'm looking for a video. Now we're cooking. Okay, just a second here. I want one I like. Here we go. So it's uploading, so just a sec. Open that. So as you can see, it's uploading here, right here in this blue line, that box. So click on that. It's got a URL here. Copy that URL to clipboard. And let's go back to the page we're editing. So I've got this container right here, the whole section. We're gonna go to style. And we've chosen this little video camera here. So it says, you can put in a video link. We're gonna copy over that link with my new one. and paste the one from the media library. And let's publish it. And now you can see the video in the background. Right here, there's some sections if I want to play on mobile or not. If you play it on mobile, that sometimes can slow down your site depending on how big the video is. So test with that, because you can have this background fallback photo to go on mobile instead. So if I want to, so let's say I click the mobile here. So it's showing the background photo, the fallback photo, because on mobile, I didn't want it to play the video, but on tablet, playing the video, on desktop, playing the video. All right. Let's see here. Really, there's so many things you can do in here. I want you guys to ask questions when you can, when you get stuck on your sites. Right now, we're going to cut this short for today. But if you have any questions, please join our Facebook group. Voyago Sites, it's just facebook.com/groups/Voyago Sites. Join the group, ask questions in there. If you've already got a Voyago site, submit a service ticket, ask a question there. I'll demonstrate anything throughout the platform for you and have it recorded so you can see it. And then we'll make help library articles to upload it more. But I know there are some other big meetings around the community today that are coming up in a little bit, less than 30 minutes. So I want people to have time to prepare for those too. So I thank you for coming out today. Again, I'm Justin Hinkle, Suitcase Design CEO and creator of Voyago Sites. And just thank you and ask questions. I'm so happy to help you, and I want you to have the best site possible. So everybody have a great day. Enjoy the other meetings that I know are happening today too. And